how do we escape the cycle? Psychotherapist Lena Derhally has some answers, and she joins us now. Lena, thank you so much for your time. I think it's safe to say we are not doing really well right now, and it seems like everyone has different ideas on how to fix this. But your suggestion seems to be a merging of the ideas, a multi-layered approach, including gun control and mental health measures. Can you just walk us through some of those?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me, Jay. You know, it's a lot of people who are studying violence prevention, especially with mass shootings, also agree that this really needs to be a multi-layered approach. I mean, obviously, somebody like this shooter in Uvalde and all these mass shooters having such easy access to assault weapons is an obvious solution, that they should not have that type of access to those weapons. But, you know, it's not just the access to the weapons, especially in a country where we have more guns than people.
I want to broaden the scope a little bit here. These shootings, they seem to have really touched a nerve at the core of the country. Right now, we have a generation of children who either have some kind of direct trauma from school shootings or trauma from living in fear of being the next victims. So how do we heal so the cycle doesn't repeat itself?
You know, that's a great question, and I think that's something we're all asking ourselves. I have my own children in elementary school and one who's in 4th grade, which is the same age of these children in Uvalde. And our children are traumatized from even doing these active shooter drills. In fact, my son was in a real active shooter lockdown. We had a shooting in Washington, D.C. It wasn't at his school, but it was down the street, and it was terrifying for him. And, you know, we get these messages as parents that, you know, telling us how to talk to children about school shootings, and we're told that we should reassure them that the schools are safe. And a lot of us parents, we just don't believe that they are. And so I think if we're going to heal as a country, we have to make drastic change, because as long as we're continuing to do these lockdowns and it's threatening to children and it's scary to children, and until we actually do something and something meaningful, we're not going to heal. And I think that's the important point that I want to make, that this is lasting, ongoing trauma, and it's something that children should never, ever have to deal with. I do feel the dialogue is a little bit different now, but I think we all need to just keep pushing, and, you know, not be silent and not let this go to the wayside. You know, we've already stopped talking about Buffalo, and we just really need to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, it seems like just week after week, we keep hearing about another one of these horrific tragedies. So really important, Lena, that we continue to have conversations like these. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Jay.